1684, a village in Livonia, a girl, Martha, is born. She comes from an ordinary peasant family. And then comes the worst-case scenario. Her parents die when she's very young, leaving the orphan alone. To avoid starvation, Martha becomes a servant to a pastor in the town of Marienburg, scrubbing floors and washing clothes. The pastor, though kind, teaches the girl to read and write, but she remains a servant. At 18, she is married to a Swedish soldier, Johann. The wedding. A week later, Russian troops approach the city. The siege begins. Martha advises her husband to flee, and he sails away at night, abandoning her in the besieged fortress. The city falls. Martha is captured. Count Sheremetev, the Russian commander, keeps the young captive with him. A year later, he hands her over to Prince Menshikov. Martha is a servant again, this time in St. Petersburg. And so it is 1703 Peter the Great comes to Menshikov, sees Martha, and falls in love at first sight. The Tsar orders her handed over to him. Menshikov, of course, doesn't argue. Peter transfers Martha to his sister, where she learns Russian and court manners. In 1707, she is baptized into Orthodoxy, receiving the name Catherine Alexeyevna. Catherine accompanies the Tsar on campaigns. In 1711, when the Turks surrounded the Russian army in the disastrous Prut campaign, she gives all the jewels as a bribe to the Turkish vizier and saves the army. 1712, the wedding. Martha becomes the emperor's wife. In 1723, Peter crowns her. For the first time in history, a woman receives the Russian crown while her husband is still alive. And then comes the incredible 1725. Peter dies without naming an heir. With the support of Menshikov, who brought her to St. Petersburg as a servant, Martha carries out the first palace coup in Russia. A Livonian orphan, a laundress, a spoil of war, and a three-time convert to Christianity, ascends to the throne as Empress Catherine the Great, the most meteoric rise in Russian history.